Hello, it's the Zonk Man. Is that too loud? The wife says, don't make a video where the music is so loud you have to scream over it. I might turn it down just a touch. That's some 1,000 mods. Super van vacation. All right, the Zonk Man is back. Hey, how's everybody doing? Hope everybody's doing good. It's been a while, but the last video I made with my grandson has been the best video that I have ever done to date. It's been the funnest video that I've ever done to date. So I did mark it as for kids, so the comments were off. So if you couldn't comment, sorry. I just kind of made it that way, hoping that it would show up on, he would be able to play it on his YouTube Kids. So we got that going on. So now on with your regular crap, regular crappy videos I show. So what is this going to be? This is a Vinyl Finds video. I'm kind of catching up, but these are records that I've shown on Grown Man Record Night. I know everybody they don't want to tune in at 11 o'clock at night for Grown Man Record Night. They don't want to watch a stream that's been posted that's a couple hours long from the previous whatever. So even if you are forwarded for the Zonk Man. So what I'm doing is I am going to show the digs when I went down to Greenville, South Carolina to meet up with Eric Weinbender. I stopped in the Queen City, which is of course Charlotte, to pick up the one and only local Bandography. So we both went down, visited Eric, went digging, had a great day. We'll talk about that, then we'll talk about the dig after, which have both been on Grown Man Record Night. Then for those of you who maybe Grown Man Record Night, they're like, I've already seen this crap as Zonk Man showing. At the end, I'm going to show what I'm going to show for Dig of the Week tonight on Grown Man Record Night. I'm going to give you like a preview. So, all right, let's go ahead and get into it. So we went down. Great to visit Mr. Weinbender. If you're not familiar with Mr. Weinbender, he has his channel's Eric Weinbender. He's kind of taken a hiatus from YouTube videos. He's really been doing like IG, which is Instagram for those of you who don't know. I'd be the one to be like, what is IG? I don't even know what that is. But anyway, the gram. Now, if you said the gram, I'd really be clueless then. So he's kind of in the groups there and posted his records and stuff on there. So that's cool. Another thing too I was going to say about this camera angle. Hopefully the light's good. I actually remembered to turn the light on. The wife hates this angle, so that's why I'm doing it. And hopefully the sound's good and the music's not too loud. Okay, let's get to some records. If you're not familiar with Greenville, South Carolina, very infamous record stores, Pharmacy Records, that's where we went first. And then I found this, Irada, Vultures, which is actually a Greensboro band. So killer to find this down there in South Carolina. This is something that in 2023, I went to the show locally with Mikey Bananas, and we went to see Holy Roller, and these guys were also playing that night. Irada, which is actually like, well, that's kind of weird. It's Atari backwards. Interesting. So for the Grown Man Record Night or the Twitch people, there's your video game reference. So yeah, and this is like an EP from 2017. I don't see a date right off the bat. Anyway, that's kind of the local rock, alternative, kind of psychedelic. I don't want to call them stoner, but they could play some of that. That is the only thing I found at Pharmacy Records. Great store. The owner, Frank, was not there, and he was doing a punk flea market in Greenville, South Carolina. So they said he probably took the punk and the metal records, the better stuff or whatever. I did find some good stuff. It was just all expensive, and I wasn't going to pay for it. It was decent prices, but it was all like stuff on the wall. All right, on to Horizon. So Horizon Records is more new. They've got a lot of used. They had this whole jazz classical room, which was killer for Dave, local bandography. But I found this. DAD, No Fuel Left for the Pilgrims. This is 1989. Still kind of glammy. I think it's bluesy. Kind of the sleaze, not really totally like in the sleaze vein, but definitely from that era. Of course, the big MTV hit was Sleeping My Day Away. This record, freaking awesome to find in the wild. Did I say it was 1989? I love all this stuff. This is one of those records where I listen to everything because the best damn parties at the rim of hell. Lords of the Atlas. I always say that. Shows a dude bearing the weight of the world. So when somebody out there's maybe taking on a little too much, I used to always reference that. Oh, Lords of the Atlas. But anyway, this is just kick-ass albums from that era. Found at Horizon. We ate also at Horizon because it has a restaurant adjacent. You're not even going outside. I don't know if it's the same owners or anything like that. But killer food. It's just kind of like a place to eat. Get like a craft brew type of thing. So that was great. Eat, shoot the shit with Eric and Dave, and talk about what we found so far, just what's going on, whatever, bullshitting and eating. Great environment. Highly recommend if you go to Greenville, hitting all three of these. And then the last place was Cabin Floor Records. Get down on the floor. Get ready. I'll show this one first. So this is something I've been looking for, and rest in peace, Mr. John Mayall. I actually picked this up. Oh yeah, I didn't even tell you the timeline. This is how far out. This was like June 15th when I went to visit Eric. So it's been like a month and a half ago. So this is horrible to do a video so freaking late, but better late than never. Cabin Floor Records. I needed a copy of this. John Mayall and the Blues Breakers, A Hard Road. This is not as good as the one with Eric Clapton, in my opinion. Oh yes, a promo copy, not for sale on there. This was good condition, not that expensive. Definitely needed it for the John Mayall collection. If you really want to see a John Mayall collection, Ain't Vinyl Low, Emma, which she just posted a video showing John Mayall, of course, because of his passing. I'm showing it because this is what I found and have been digging just a month and a half ago. I'm not 100% like super familiar. I've been listening to it. I knew it was something that I definitely need to get because I've got the Blues Breakers with Eric Clapton. Blues from Laurel Canyon is a great record. Roots. I just kind of all that early stuff. Here was a big hitter at Cabin Floor. Boom, Nebula to the center. Also endured a passing recently. Maybe it's been a few months at this point. Bass player passed away. This, of course, is their first album from '99. And I couldn't even tell you. I'm pretty sure it's '99. Could even be '98. Two cats left Fu Manchu, started Nebula. And I couldn't even tell you who the two are, and I think there's only one left. The bass player's kind of been, before this bass player passed, The bass player passed in 2023. So they literally had a bass player pass, got another one, recorded some music, and then that bass player passed. So hopefully these guys are doing all right. Hopefully they're going to continue on with another bass player. Great stoner desert. This is classic desert rock stuff. So if you're not familiar with Nebula, man, you need to like get into Orbit. So that was what we dug. Went back to Eric's. Gave some VCLT. What's super cool was this shirt. This shirt is from Mr. Winebender. This was his father's shirt. He said, hopefully it fits you. And then Eric also repurposed and tie-dyed it up. So I'm wearing this, some great VCLT. And this record, Medusa, one of the many Medusas. If you want to learn about this album, or I'm sorry, this is a 45. This record, this is something that Numero Group dug up from like some basement or closet tapes that was never released in the early 70s, and that didn't get released until like 2013 or 15, and something like that. But this is cool, kind of that hard rock. The song Temptress is kind of so-so. The Strangulation is the one Eric talked about with the crazy vocals where he's going, ah. But anyway, yeah, I promise I will try not to ever do that again. So boom, that was the great trip going down to Greenville, South Carolina, meeting up with Eric Winebender and dragging Dave along, saying, hey, come on, let's go down and have a good time and hanging out with Eric. After that also, so after the digging and everything, Eric was doing some like DJs, part of this like DJ group, so he was going where these guys were DJing. So we went to a brewery, spent a little bit of time there in the late afternoon while they were spinning some records. That was a surf theme, which is right up Eric Winebender's alley, surf and drag. That's one of his things, you know. So yeah, we hung out. We got to meet his mom, got to meet his sister. Kick-ass time. Wish we could have spent more time, but then we were kind of like, we got to hit the road. Peace and hair grease. All right, so what's next? Mr. Roboto. Mr. Roboto. My head is bigger than Mr. Roboto. Yeah, okay. I don't know, crazy thing. Definitely making too long a video here. Then the following Sunday was Clemens Record Show. I was kind of like, I've been buying some stuff. I don't need to go to Clemens Record Show. End up going anyway, of course. Great. Another meetup though. Art, North Carolina vinyl picker. It was great to meet up with Art at the Clemens Record Show. He's been all over. Him and his wife did a Alaskan cruise before that. We were talking about that over records for a little while. So he did that trip. He's been doing some other stuff too. I'm not following his channel like I should, but definitely check out North Carolina Vinyl Picker. That's Art. And then this is what I picked up at the Clemens Record Show. Oh wait, where are the CDs at? Okay, I'm going to show some CDs. Savatage, The Wake of Magellan. 1997. Savatage was better in the 80s, early 90s. This is a official rock opera. They had an album, like it could have been 89 or 90, that was titled Streets of a Rock Opera. I don't think that was necessarily a rock opera. This is, and you don't necessarily have to go out and get that. All right, more CDs. Here's another one. Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds. No More Shall We Part. This is a good 2001 record for Nick Cave. Mrs. Zonkman is the one more Nick Cave, so if I find something. But I'm digging Nick Cave too. There's certain like that early album From Her to Eternity, and then like newer stuff like in the 2012, 15, and 18 albums, something like that. Those are real good albums. And here was something I was missing on disc, compact disc. Iron Maiden Killers, of course, with the Paul Di'Anno as the lead singer, before Bruce Dickinson took over on the next album. Now, one thing I did come across. Are you ready? I'm not going to say Grail. This is not a Grail, but this is a record I thought I would never find ever. And this was found at the booth of our good friend Harley, who also has a recording store in Greensboro called Soul Relief Records. So we're going to relieve your soul with a little Cycle Sluts from Hell. And of course, this is Beavis and Butthead famous. I wish you were a beer. I wish you were a beer. And by the balls. By the balls. So, this is a record I thought I'd never... It's 91. That's why this was like a one and done. So, they never did anything else after this. And yes, I'm showing male buttocks on the Zonk Man's channel. So that's it. That's to catch up with some digs that I've shown on Grown Man Record Night. Now, okay, so those of you who did stick around, I'm going to show what I'm going to show on Grown Man Record Night tonight. And I'm just going to whiz through. So I'm not going to even like talk about it. Don Johnson, Heartbeat. What? Moby Grape, Grape Jam. Yeah. Moby Grape, self-titled, first album, No Middle Finger, censored cover. Usually I'm not big on censorship, but too cheap and too good a condition to pass up. I thought I wasn't going to talk about it. 10 Years After, Undead. Love some freaking Alvin Lee. My Uncle Wes, huge Alvin Lee fan ever since Woodstock. So he's all about some 10 Years After. That's a good live. I think that's a live album. Oh, that's one of those studio live deals. I can't remember. Half and half. Something else I needed. Rolling Stones, Exile on Main Street. I did not have this 2 LP set of the classic Rolling Stones. Yeah, it's good. A recent release, Riff Lord, 39 Serpent Power. This is Stoner all the way, all day. On Ripple Music. It is on Ripple Music, right? Yes. Ripple Music. How you like that? Stoner all day, every day. Or every day, all day. Whoa, the dog's barking. Do we even have a dog? Yeah, we got a dog. I've showed Daisy before. Alright, let's keep going. The Trogs, Wild Thing. I think I will. Buffalo Springfield, Last Time Around. The Fix, Shuttered Room. Good 80s stuff. Like the new wave. And then this. Green Leaf. Right there's The Head and the Habit. Another new release. Recent release. All Stoner, all day. Yeah, that's what I said. All Stoner, all day. That's right, you better recognize. Alright, this video is almost 20 minutes. We're going to cut it off. Thank you for paying attention. Thank you for skipping through. Thank you for all that you do. The King of Beers.